So be all good with that. I love it. Okay, so you guys, how has your week been? Talk to me about how the week has been. I know we haven't really had, we skipped last week, right? Because I was in LA. So talk to me about how things have been going since I have seen you last. Update me on things. Jump in. Everybody go once. Candace, I feel like you need to say something.
I don't know. I'm still, everything feels weird because I'm changing everything in my business. So I feel like a fish out of water. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
What are you changing and why?
I hired an assistant and we're making canned responses because I'm drowning and I can't keep up. It's stressful.
Okay.
Use Google Streak.
Yeah. It's been a lifesaver.
Yeah, that helped me a ton.
Okay. So you're just trying to get your systems in place.
Yeah, and it's just changed. So, it feels really freaking weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know that you don't love change. You're not one of those people that are like, yay, let's do something different today. I get that. Hang in there, sweets. It'll be okay. It'll work out. Okay. What else, guys? More things.
I'll talk.
I know Amanda has such big news for us. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see? I'm like freaking out for her. Okay, I'll let her talk.
Okay.
So we were able to bring my husband home this week. So we're really excited. It's definitely like going to be a change. So we're also like in a, trying to figure out how he can help with the business, and like really what we want to do is like double my efforts. And have him help with the team training because he has like sales and sales training background. So we're trying to see how to implement him into helping with the team training and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really exciting. The dogs are really freaking happy. Like seriously. He only had 2 days off before, and they were like always so happy when he was home, and like I would be like, is daddy home? And they're like running to the door. So like they're just really happy to have him here. So yeah, we're gonna be doing more hikes and just like living a little bit more, which is always good. So that's our big news.
That's so exciting, dude. I'm so happy for you. Can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
What is your current rank, and what does your income roughly look like each week to make that possible for you?
So, right now I'm 1 star, still working on that. But I have a really strong downline. Aside, like I have diamonds in my downline, just not my own diamonds. So my income, like I actually just had a record week this week, or this pay period, which was like $1,600. Which was like, I like lost my words. I was like, what is happening? But other than that, it's like been around 900 to 1,000, or 900 to like 1,200 a week.
Congratulations.
So it's good, but it's definitely taking a risk because we are taking a pay cut. So we're just like diving in to like push it. I don't know, like we're just kind of like rolling with it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think with his business background, it'll be much better. And I think you'll go faster with his help than doing it alone.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm more of the creative type.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely going to help free up some time for me to do the things that I'm good at.
Yeah.
And just having both of us work together, and we're both Aries and we're both like headstrong. So,
oh my God, I need to talk to you. My husband's Aries and he's just, and I'm not, I'm like the full on Capricorn, and I'm like free spirit, but I'm going to do all these. I know. See, Heather, that's why. Like I want to.
That's why we love each other.
I know. So crazy. So anyways, yeah, that's awesome. That's really, really good for you guys. You guys are like, they're going to be the power team.
That's what I'm hoping for. But he also has his own business too, like an e-commerce for it's called WOD Outlet. So it's for like CrossFit
Cool.
apparel. Like actually, this is one of their.
That's cute.
So he's like working on that too, and that'll be running up full swing, and I'll be able to help him with that, like with the social media and visuals. He's like learning photography so it's just like, it's going to be really fun.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm over the moon happy for you.
I know.
So great. And Heather, are you Capricorn too?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we have 3 Capricorns on this call. You never meet Capricorns either. They're so rare. Oh my gosh. We're the unicorn team, you guys. I told you.
Every time I see something with unicorns, I always want to tag Monique, and then I look, and it's Monique that posted it. I'm Capricorn too.
I'm like, no way.
That is your brand, girl.
Stop it. This is too good. Look at it. This is like really our tribe. How did that happen?
Seriously. Oh my gosh, more than half of us are
Your
Capricorn.
vibe attracts your tribe.
Hey, where's the Aries? Where's all my Aries? Come on now.
Right here.
Okay, Amanda. Candace, okay, now you got to tell us your sign, love.
Pisces.
Capricorns rule. Yeah, what's up? I love it. Okay, so who else? We have to talk business, you guys.
I'm like the one
do?
record, and this is what we're
Right? Sorry, Gretchen. Our bad. Okay, so who else? Amanda, awesome news. Love that.
So I hired an assistant last week too. And same thing. It's because I also I really struggle. My struggles are like time management and like doing all the worky things. Like I hate doing it because when it feels like it's work to me, then I start hating it and I'm like over it. And that's how I've always been with everything. So it could be like my passion is fueled, but when I have to do like the worky things, then I'm like, want. So I had to hire an assistant, and I actually I have a 21-year-old daughter. So I hired her. She lives out of state in Vegas. So I gave her a list, and she's been going over it the last couple days. So I just gave her like a weekly amount that I could pay her. She works also full time. So I know she could do some stuff part time and make a little side income. So I'm going to do that. And then that'll free me up again, like you said, Candace, to do and Amanda, same thing, like the creative type of things that you want to do that really, I think is what keeps the business going. Cause if you're you have to have that creative face and that like persona out there. Otherwise you won't have any little things to do in the background. Right. So it's hard to as a one person to manage all that on your own. And I truly should. So I'm in this elite push group. It's an elite mastermind with Melanie Mitro and Bonnie Engel and Miguel Carrasco. And I'm in that, and I see just taking note of all the things that they did in me, like Alyssa Shoemaker, immediately within 2 months of her becoming a coach, she hired an assistant, right off the bat, she hired an assistant. So knowing that that's what coaches are doing, Andrea Crowder has an assistant. She hired an assistant right away. So for me, it was okay, girl, do this. You know what I mean? Stop saying you can't afford it. Stop saying it's like anything else. I'm going to hold myself back if I don't invest in this and push it forward. So that's my.
Okay, I have questions. Sorry.
No, yeah.
How did you, because this is something I struggle with too. I was just talking to Mary about this. And I know Candace said she hired one too. What did you give them, and how much are you paying them? And then Candace, I want to know how you found yours.
You guys, I am an assistant for somebody. I don't know if you guys are all full-time coaches, but I coach full-time now. So I am an assistant. I've been an assistant for my upline, Emily Kirby, before, and now I'm an assistant for her upline, Angie Belmar. And what they give me, I like being an assistant because it gives my business more structure.
Right.
So I have tasks that I do every single day. What some of the things she has me doing are Success Club leaderboards. I share one-on-one links for people to sign up with her husband to talk. I announce who's adding to their team each week. I make team call posters. So I do most of the creative stuff on PicMonkey, and that's what I enjoy doing. So when I make her stuff, I just make my stuff as well. So it's not really time consuming. It probably adds an hour to my day max, and they pay me $150 a week. So that's kind of what it looks like for me. And then I pour that right back into ads 100%. And that's how I fill my sneak peeks.
So good.
Brilliant. Oh my gosh.
It matters for what you
Does
need.
any
You know, like where
go ahead?
you
Sorry,
are.
Candace.
My girl does all message organization, and she's going to start doing canned responses because that's what I need. Like, I don't necessarily need someone to do my graphics and stuff like that. I can do all that. That's the creative part that I enjoy. And if you take that away from me, then like, you know, so I have her organizing, like talking to people, and then I can get in there like when it gets to a certain spot, and I pay her right now to do all that. It's just like inbox management is what we're calling it. $350 a month.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously I have a little more flexibility because it's my daughter. So I'm only paying her $75 a week, and I gave her a shit ton of stuff to do, but it's easy stuff. So like I'm having her pre-schedule all my posts in my challenge groups. She just goes from one to the next and posts it. You know what I mean? That takes, like, once you get it, it takes 2 seconds. But for me, that's the worky stuff that I could be, I need to delegate out. So that's easy. And like I said, it sounds like a lot, but it's not when you just start copying in from the other, because I do it all in the challenge tracker app. So
me too.
That, but also exactly what Candace just said. And that's what, like, I got a list, and I'll share this link with you guys from that mastermind group that Andrea Crowder shared. And that's what she kind of based her assistant work off of. I think it's kind of changed because it looks kind of old, but I used that and then kind of took out some things and added some things that I needed that would be beneficial. So my whole thing is I want to use this time and this person, whoever it is, whether it was her or not. I've actually interviewed Heather back to, last year when I was considering it and I never pulled the trigger. I interviewed 2 people on Fiverr that were really, really good and spoke perfect English. One of them was in the Philippines, and she does this like as an assistant. So I know a lot of coaches get people off of Fiverr for reasonable rates. Someone else was in Hawaii too, and she does the same type of thing. So you kind of just give them a list of what they do. So anyways, where was I going with this? I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, that's what I was saying. Alyssa was saying that she does the canned response thing. That's exactly what Alyssa Shoemaker does. She does the what? The canned responses. So it's a literal script, and her assistant follows the script and does the conversations to a certain point where she can't get, any more. And then Alyssa will jump in and kind of move it forward from there. But she has someone, her assistant just responds to every single thing. And so that's what I'm going to have Jordan do for me. She's she's 21, so she's really good at social media anyways, but I'm going to have her help me with my Instagram because I'm not good at using 2 platforms. I just can't, I need to stick to one. So she's going to focus on Instagram, growing that, and then doing the canned responses and stuff there, because that's easy for her. So, because I want to focus this year on, I know recruiting, like Jade is a recruit monster. I know it has to do with ads, and I need to get on that, and I need to, that's the only way. That's my focus, and I can't focus on that and master that if I'm doing all this other work, So
what number are you considering a recruit monster per month?
Well, did you see her?
No.
I recruit about 10 to 15 a month.
Working coaches.
I don't do discount coaches anymore.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's a kind of monstery to me.
Yeah. But I used to be really good at getting customers, and now I struggle with customer enrollment. I think last month I was at 3, and this month I'm at 2 right now. But
what are you doing to get 10 to 15 coaches? Are you doing ads? Are you finding people? How did you dial that in?
I do an ad. I do a sneak peek every week because I know that the first quarter is so important. So I've been doing a sneak peek every single week. I do an ad every Sunday and put those people straight into the sneak peek. So recruiting has been something I'm focusing a lot on right now. Just because I had a couple I was 3-star qualifying at Summit last year, and then I'm still only 1-star because I had those strong coaches, but I never had new strong coaches. So I almost felt as if I was in rebuild mode, which I hate, and I don't think that you should ever fall to that. So honestly, I needed new coaches, and I just wanted to up my recruiting. So yeah, I do an ad. I've been doing Instagram ads every weekend, and then putting those people straight into a 3-day sneak peek.
Thank you.
Who do you target? How did you get good at your recruiting ad? Did you just learn, or did you do?
Last year I did a sneak peek every other week from April to December, and so I felt like it was just a lot of practice. I wasn't great at it last year, so it did take practice and figuring out what worked and looking at my upline and seeing what worked for her and just kind of tweaking it until it worked. I think that finally I have found like a routine that works for me, because now I get on average like 5 per sneak peek that enroll.
How many people are you adding to your sneak peek from your ads each week?
It kind of depends where I do my ad, but normally 50 to 100.
Okay, so you get 50 to 100 and you recruit 5. So it's like 5 to 10%.
Yeah, so it's like 1 in every 10 people.
Yeah, because I know everything's a numbers game, so I'm just curious what it seems like. No matter where you're at, even if you're Melanie Mitro, it's 5 to 10%.
Right.
5 to 10% you recruit. 5 to 10%.
I'm adding all of them to my Facebook friends list, so they continue to see what I'm posting every single day from then on. And I have a lot that come back later down the road and decide to join.
Okay. Because I've kind of been doing the same thing where I do the weekly sneak peek, and I've been getting at least, I don't have the numbers, like I haven't been doing an ad and adding them. I just have been adding the people that are on my friends list or that have been liking my post. But I've been getting 1 a week just from doing the weekly sneak peek. So I know that they work.
Yeah.
But I think if I could dial it in a little bit better and be more strategic like you are, I could take that to the next level.
Yeah,
So
there's
thank you
power
for
in numbers for sure.
Yeah. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any recommendations on where to learn about how to really hone in on your ads and how to like do it well? Because I feel like
it changes all the time, because Instagram has so many people doing ads, so it's hard to figure out what pages to like put an ad on. I don't do the ones through Facebook that you like link to Instagram. I actually reach out to pages and have them post for me. But I'm changing it all the time, because like I used to use, I think it was like Inspired something. And they got to the point where there was a coach ad every hour. And that's just super overwhelming. And I didn't want those people joining anyways, because they were either in other people's sneak peeks and stuff. So it's just constantly trying to look on Instagram and trying to find new pages to ask to post my pictures.
So there's pages on Instagram that will just post your ad for you?
Yeah, you pay them.
Isn't that the ones that say sponsored?
Normally it'll say like, so what I do is normally it'll say like KIK, there's the app, and you can like message them and ask what their rates are.
I'm so Instagram illiterate. Like I have no idea.
Me too, Monique. Me too.
Like a thing.
It's amazing that I even have followers over there.
Me too. Like a real one. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it is. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So this is perfect, you guys. I totally want to talk about recruiting today, but is anybody familiar with Instagram? Like Jade, you said you're really good at that. And I know a lot of coaches build most of their business from Instagram. How do you guys know, like other than ads, what do you do? Do you do the stories, kind of like use it like Snapchat or what? Like kind of walk us through.
I think it's consistency, honestly. It took time. Like, I mean, I've almost been a coach for 2 years, and I started my Instagram at like 30 followers, but I've never paid for followers. I do pay ads to get people in my sneak peeks, but I post 3 to 5 times every single day, no matter what, on Instagram. I use 30 hashtags because that's the maximum. I go and I comment and interact on people's every single day. So it's just been like building over time.
I do
lots of work.
That part I know, but that it is. It's a ton of work. Yeah.
And like 30 hashtags, how do you come up with 30 hashtags? I'm like lucky if I get 5.
No. I have mine all saved. So I have like Monday hashtag.
Is it in your note?
Yeah.
I use the app. It's called Tags for Likes. So I paid for it so that I can save them. I have different like custom ones that I've created, and I just save them in there, and I just click copy and paste it straight into my comment section on Instagram. But I have different ones for everything. Like I have different ones for when I post a workout video, my food, like some that are just on brand for myself. And I try to not use hashtags that are anything really fitness related. I think of where I was before I started my journey, and I use those hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Monique, and she comes up with 30 different ones every single time.
No, I don't use personal hashtags on Instagram because that doesn't bring business. I only use my stupid personal hashtags on Facebook because it doesn't matter because no one's searching hashtags on Facebook. Instagram, people are searching hashtags for specific things. So I use specific, I do like Jade does. I have a notes section and I have my specific copy and paste ones for like food, same exact thing, like fitness workout stuff.
Yeah.
That part I got down. But the whole ads thing like that, because I don't really focus a ton on that. And it's like, I don't think one person could really, as big as like you're doing, you have to focus it like that. You couldn't do both on Instagram and Facebook to that capacity because it is building the relationship there. Like you have to go and comment. It's a different feel. The vibe there is very different. So it takes a little bit longer. I've recruited one coach from Instagram before, but it takes time and it's a different animal completely than Facebook. So that's why I needed an assistant, someone else to like help me take the time to like, comment, build those relationships and keep that going. But the ads thing, I know in one capacity or another, either on Facebook or Instagram, I need to get going. Like that's the game changer, I think.
So Candace, you were nodding your head. What do you do on Instagram? Because I know that when we talk, you're mostly Facebook and then you funnel them to your blog. And that's kind of where you've built your business. So do you use Instagram as well?
I'm mostly Instagram. I actually hate Facebook. If I didn't have to use it, I wouldn't.
See, I had no idea.
No, I've done the same exact what Jade said. Consistently, I post like 3 to 5, usually just 3. And I use the story like crazy. And my story is never business related. It's always just me being weird doing stuff. And people seem to love it. I mean.
So does your Instagram load to your Facebook though? Because I only am on Facebook and I see your post.
You can connect it if you want to.
I don't connect it because the Facebook doesn't put the post in a lot of feeds is what I've been told and what I've learned through experience because it's not organic. So it's always disconnected. I just copy and paste real quick for it to both.
That's what I do.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's like, I see your stuff on Facebook. So
yeah, I mean, I do the same thing because I still want to hit all my, like it takes me literally a minute just to put it on Facebook. So I still build it, but it's not my favorite. It's kind of like.
That's what I do, but I do that with Instagram. I'm more on Facebook, but I post to Instagram.
Yeah, same exact thing as Heather.
Because people will say, I saw your post on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, okay, but I don't really hang out there.
Oh, can I ask Jade or Candace, how do you guys transition the people from Instagram? How do you get them into your sneak peek on Facebook?
So what I've been doing lately is I do an application, just a Google form. I love Google Forms, and I make it as if they're applying for the job.
Yeah.
So they put in their name, their email, what their ideal income would be so that I know if they're going to be runners or not. And then I kind of ask them what they're like, I don't know, just basic like fitness things, like how long you've been on your journey and stuff like that. And then at the end, it links them to a Facebook group.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I just use a Woofu form for
I have that
questions.
Also, but that's good to put the link in there.
The Woofu that I use is pretty much the same that she does, but they go straight to my email, and then I'll reach out to them either Facebook or email and just run them through I'll usually harass them if they were like, I want to start now, and I'll even like text them because I'll get their number. But
okay. Thank you guys.
Awesome.
Really, I appreciate your help and your insight in this because I'm like such a dum-dum when it comes to that. It's a lot. And if you're not, I had no Instagram at all before I even started coaching, and I've only been a coach for a year and a half. So I just did it because I needed to do it and just started same thing like Heather said, like just copying, pasting stuff over there, but never really took the time to like hold it. So thank you.
I have a question for Jade. On your sneak peeks, do you run those are they like 1 hour sneak peeks on a Tuesday? Or do they go on for multiple days? And then my part B of that question is, do you recycle that same Facebook group? So because you're saying that there's a link to that Facebook group at the bottom of your coach's app. So do you just change the link to that Facebook group every week and start a new one? Or kind of give me an idea of how that works.
So I've done it a bunch of different ways. What I have found that works best, honestly, is redoing the videos every week. And I know it's super draining, but I feel like they can just sense that I'm like more engaged and that I'm like excited in there. So what I've been doing lately is actually making new groups each week and making new videos each week. So I do change the link, but I've tried like using the same group to where like 200 plus people would be in there, and the engagement isn't any higher. So I just find that starting new groups, I do run 3-day sneak peeks. So like day 1 is like me introducing myself, sharing my story. Day 2 is what a day in the life of a coach looks like, and I kind of touch on the vital behaviors. And then day 3 is a live Q&A. So I go live in the group and actually answer their questions.
Have you ever done an event?
I haven't, no. As a newer coach, my upline did like 1 hour backstage pass type things, and I participated in them and like added a few people, but I never saw good success with that. So I personally don't do that.
So you don't do an event, you do it in a group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's
Interesting.
a closed group, and I tell them that the reason that it's a closed group is so that they feel that they can ask me anything, whether it be financially, like anything, so that they feel like they can get all their questions answered.
And do you invite your downline to add to that group as well, or is it just strictly the people that you recruit?
Yeah, my downline is allowed to add to mine every other week. So I do 2 team-wide ones a month, and then the other off weeks are just for me.
Gotcha. Smart. Really cool. We did do something like the backstage pass. It was like a 1 hour sneak peek. Like a bunch of us coaches went live for a couple minutes. It does feel hurried. And it was in an event. So of course it was public. And so it was interesting that, other people could see it. But I think you make such a valid point about it being a closed group where people can ask you very specific questions. I think there's so many people out there with, network marketing that we do have to engage with them one-on-one personally. It's, again, they're not buying or they're not joining necessarily Beachbody. They're joining us. Mm-hmm. And we have to figure out how to connect with them on that level.
Right. And I was doing the 1-day events for a while, but I thought that I was like losing that connection with them. So like on the very first day, I'll reach out to every single person in the group and I'll tell them, like, I just send them all a very like same message. And I just say, like, I'm excited to get to know you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to message me or share them in the group. And then the morning of the 3rd day, I reach out to everyone again and I say, I look forward to our live Q&A tonight. Are you going to be able to hop on? And do you have any questions for me that you can think of right now? That way it kind of opens that line of communication, and that has helped a ton.
Yeah. Wonderful. And so you don't necessarily go live in the group every single day to redo your videos. You actually do your videos and then post them.
Yeah. That way I can like do them when I'm free and post them when it's more likely that they'll see it.
Okay. I gotcha. I have found that at least my audience is on after 1 p.m., like a 1 to 4 time period is really good. And then like after 6. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, so I've been posting my videos like around 1 or 2 my time, and I'm Pacific Standard Time. I don't know if we all are.
I am. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been posting around 1 or 2, and then I hop back in at like 5 or 6 and just post a reminder, hey, video 2 is up. Make sure you take a second to look at that.
Wonderful. Okay, very good. Thank you for your tips. I appreciate it.
So I'm going to ask a question here if I can, and this is open to anyone, specifically anyone that has an assistant. So I know that, Heather, I'm totally going to call you out. She is really concerned about like giving control, so to speak, of her business over. She's kind of a control freak, but self-admittedly. So how do you guys deal with that, especially when it comes to messaging? And I don't know, Heather, I don't know if you would feel okay about giving control of graphics over, if you say, okay, I want this and this and this on there. And that's one thing that you can give away. That way you can still keep control of the messaging and the one-on-one. But did you guys have an issue with that? How did you get over that feeling of?
I thought about that because I'm kind of similar in that, like, it's funny that you even mentioned this, because I thought like, oh, what if Jordan puts together this graphic that looks horrible? You know what I mean? Like I thought about that in my brain. Like I hate the colors that she used or the font or whatever. And then I just stopped really. And I just like, who's going to give a shit but me? You know what I mean? Like who's even going to know? And is this going to help me push my business forward? It's going to free up my time. Like I have to move my business forward. This is not a fucking option for me anymore. Like, it has to go big this year. And if that means I give up control on certain things that might look like not the way I want it to, that's fine. I think conversation wise, if you write a good script that is like what you would say, that's what I would say. They're going to copy and paste it. Baby, it's okay. They're going to copy and paste it anyways. And it's what I would say. You know what I mean? So it gets to a point that they feel like, oh, there's more questions or there's something else here that you need to say. Pass it to me. That's at least the bigger part has been done. I'm not going to give them like Bonnie Engel's script and say, Jordan, that's not me. I don't talk like that. Like, no. So I'm going to write something, I already have my canned responses. I'm sure you guys all do too. As in a script, you put it together in a really basic format. Did you guys do that closing with class thing, the Andrea Crowder closing with class?
I've done it, yeah.
Script? Okay. So I like that a lot. And that's really been very helpful for our new coaches. So I kind of am modeling it after that. Like those, I don't use every single one that's in there because I feel like it can be lengthy, especially for the way I go, but using that kind of basic, like asking some questions, getting them engaged in a conversation, and then giving them the responses I would and leading the conversation the way I would want to. I think obviously I haven't tested it with her yet, but I think it's going to work. Candace, have you tested it with them?
No, I don't know what that is.